Welcome back, YouTube, man. On another episode with the Ram, man. Episode 31. What's up, Jay? What's up, Rudy?
What's
Going
good,
on?
How
RJ?
everything doing?
Good, good.
Good.
What's up, fellas?
How's y'all weekend, man?
It was great. It was good.
What you, Rudy?
It was good. I worked yesterday, although I didn't work on Saturday, but it was good.
Man, it's a crazy, wild weekend, man. There's a lot of fights going on. But let's get started, though. So Minnesota and Detroit Pistons got a fight. Players and coaches got ejected, man. I'm going to show y'all the recap.
I see it.
Reed turned the corner and is fouled by Howard.
Man, oh, come on now.
Stevens. Big time brawl now in the front row.
You gotta stay.
It's going to take a lot to break this up.
You gotta stay out of the crowd. This is not good.
This has been building on the last handful of possessions.
Do teams need to be ready to put up a strong fight facing Detroit Pistons?
I mean, they made a name for themselves. They're a pretty decent team now, you know. And I feel like all that came from the other day when they were playing, who it was, OKC, right?
Yeah.
So I think all that fire is still in them, you know, and they tired of being pushed around and they ready to fight back now. They fight with fire. Y'all ain't gonna make these calls. We're gonna take matters into our own hands. So that's all that was. That was really supposed to be for OKC, but it took it out on Timberwolves.
What you think, Rudy?
I mean, well, it was not a surprise to me to have seen something like that happening. It's the Houston, if you remember history, it's just different era, but it's still the same culture when it comes to the Houston. When it comes to the Piston, if you remember the old Isaiah and his crew, that was a thing for them, high physicality in the game. And that was the culture. And now we see pretty much the same thing, even though it's just different era. It's still the same physicality and high emotion. And of course, we're ready to jump on it if we have to. I'm not saying that's the most beautiful thing to see, but it's just the reality. That's part of the culture. Granted, big prop for the coach for the best player in Cade, and of course the crew that they have. They have a lot of great shooters around them, and hence you can see this in their record this year as opposed to last year. But it's something kind of like interesting to see how, as a team, basketball-wise, they playing great. It's not that you're looking at them, they just a whole bunch of scrub. They just want to fight. It's nothing like that. And I think it's just a combination. They play basketball. It's not that they're trying to. We have to make the difference. It's not that they're trying to hurt you, in terms of fouling. Because there's players who play with you and they foul you and, trying to hurt you. It's not what they're doing. What they're doing is just they play with intensity. They playing with high physicality. And if the foul happens to be called, okay, fine. If they have to, get physical with you, they will. But it's not that they out there to their defense. It's not that they out there to try to hurt you. You know what I mean? It's just that's just part of the brand of basketball that they play. It's just a different era, but it's still the same culture. But I know that the stereotype is gonna go as far as if they are just a whole bunch of plumbers who just happen to be out there and wrecking people. It's not that. They're playing beautiful basketball too. We need to give them prop and the best player in Cade and the shooting abilities that they have in what's his name, number 5, Beasley, and of course they have Tim Hardaway as well. So they have their backup point guard in Shooter. So they have a good and nice team, and the record is screaming that they're a very good team and well coached as well. So I don't want this to be just a stereotype as easily as can be. I want people to see them from, of course, the toughness, the physicality, but also they playing good basketball out there. it's not the most beautiful thing to see on TV, knowing how ugly things can get. And then, of course, we're not trying to make basketball turn into a hockey. It's none of that. Is none of that happening. But I
Yeah.
just want people. I just want people to see them from who they are. They have a good They are a good basketball team, but at the same time, their culture remained the same as it's been around for over like what 3 or 4 decades.
Yeah,
I said, do you think they could beat the Pacers in the first
Who
round?
are they? Who are they, RJ? You referring
The
to Pistons?
Pistons. Yes.
yeah. I like it. I like a game 7 from them too. I like a game 7 from them too. Can they pull it off? Yeah, but either one of them could eliminate each other. I don't see them two teams. They
No
probably if
favorites.
they even basically to me. So game 7, whoever perform game 7 advance.
What you said, Rudy?
Um, it's a little tough because I'm looking at these two teams. I think they spark when it comes to records. When it comes to talent, it's pretty much the same thing. When it comes to character, you will have to lean toward the Piston in terms of their toughness and physicality.
Grit.
And of course, they have a bona fide scorer as well in Cage, and they have a backup point guard in Dennis Schroeder. Which, when you look at the Pacers, of course, they have. I think when it comes to point guard, Halliburton is a better point guard than Cade could be, although Cade is a better scorer. But also they have a good backup point guard in Indiana Pacers as well. But one thing that they do not have in Piston is somebody like Siakam, who obviously he's a champion. He has experience, and then when it comes to mid, although he don't shoot threes much, but when it comes to mid range, he will kill you in there. He'll give you the rebound. He will give you the IQ. He will give you the toughness as well. That's the only slight difference. Shooting ability, I think they can spar up. It's pretty much the same. So I think I can foresee a game 7, but I would lean toward the Indiana Pacers. The fact that they play at a higher pace, faster pace. I mean, and then it's just kind of like more experience. Just last year, nobody would not even be interested in watching the Pistons. It's just a major difference, major move that they made this year, winning so as much as 39 games. But Indiana Pacers last year they were in conference finals. You have to give them credit because it's a step toward finals and championship. And of course, as we know in the league, you have to have
But
been knocking on the door for a long period of time, and each year, it's some level of experience. So in a game 7, I would have to lean toward the Indiana Pacers because they have high level of camaraderie. They have a leader point guard, and then they have a backup point guard, just like the Pistons have. But the difference is they have shooting also, but the difference is they have somebody like Siakam that can take over for them. So I would lean toward the Pacers.
but Rudy, let me ask you this question though. Can you say Pacers was in the conference finals? But I believe Pacers was in the conference finals because of Giannis injuries and obviously Jalen Brunson being injured from that what I believe what game 5 and game 6.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, you mean like you contextualizing it, which I can agree with this because nobody would have, foreseen them going to the conference final with these people that you just mentioned being there. But at the same time, that alone doesn't take nothing away from the grind of championship pedigree that they've been struggling to establish there, and of course the character, the leadership of their best players in Siakam and Halliburton. The full story, the context of it, yes, I understand it, but at the same time, you cannot take nothing away from them. You can say that they play with grit, they grind, they play real and fast basketball. And
Yeah, they
of
do.
course, when it comes to point guard, I believe that Halliburton is top 2 or top 3 point guard. Like talk about sheer
Yeah,
point guard in
point
the
guard
league.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you cannot take nothing away from them. I understand your context, but you cannot take nothing away from that. And of course, the fact that they made it to the conference final is part of their resume, is part of the experience which they can build on.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But honestly, I feel like what Cade doing in Detroit is he doing some numbers over there. He's doing
Unbelievable.
something really, really special over there. I'm not saying he's really much by himself too. Like
You cannot say
saying like,
I would disagree with that. Here's the thing though, and I think what's happening over there is just like we overlooking the prowess of the coach. Coach can make a huge difference because talent is one thing. The whole NBA is full of talent, but having somebody that can say what to do, how it has to be done, with what frequency it has to be done, that alone matters. We all seen it all the time. Even when we're playing at LA, we can have a team that has talent, but how do we use the talent? That makes a huge difference. And I think this is exactly what's happening with the Pistons. It's just that they have a coach who knows when and how to use talent. And of course, the best player is Cade, but you cannot give him all the credit because they have great shooting. I mean, granted, last year they didn't have much shooting, but they have great shooting around them. They have players that
no,
can
of
play defense,
course.
have toughness as well. But you have to give prop to the coach for the fact that he found a way to galvanize people and use the talent properly, efficiently. I think this is exactly what's happening. All prop to Cade because he's the best player, but at the same time, part of their success is a reflection of the good coaching and the culture that they're establishing over there.
No, of course. I mean, that coach has always been tough since last year. When he been, I think he was with Orlando. That's why Orlando was so good last year. They brought that toughness, and that's why we seen Paulo emerge to be the superstar he was last season. But on to the next dude. Is Joker the most skilled big man we ever seen?
No. One of them.
Why?
One of them, but not the most skilled big. We've seen plenty of skilled big man.
That could
What's buddy from
dribble.
what's buddy from Houston back in the days? Elijah Wan.
Hakeem.
Yeah, Hakeem. He's skillful.
That could dribble,
Footwork.
shoot,
Footwork. Yeah.
pass the ball at a high level like a point guard.
Embiid is skillful. I mean, he don't dish out the
Score.
assist. He don't dish out the assist as Joker, but he's skillful for a big man.
That's what I'm saying.
Tim Duncan, he's skillful for a big man.
But Tim Duncan wasn't giving you 11 assists.
You got Cousins, skillful
He
for
wasn't
a big
giving you 11 assists.
But that's what I'm. But you said
you're missing the part of the 11 assists.
But see, now you.
But it's more skill. What skill? You're dribbling, you're shooting, you're doing layups, you get rebound, you're passing. It's all encompassing skills.
Okay. So can Joker dribble like DeMarcus Cousins? Can he dribble like Embiid?
Joker is a point guard.
That ain't what I asked you. Can he dribble like them bigs?
He can dribble.
Can he dribble like them bigs? Since you took assists away from them bigs, right? So let's take away something from Joker. He's not a better dribbler than them.
But okay, what like it's like you saying like what I don't.
No, it's like what you saying. I didn't say.
No, I'm saying, but like the way DeMarcus Cousins dribbles, it's good for him to score. We understand that, but at the same time, Joker can do the same thing DeMarcus Cousins could do, and he also could pass it to lead to assists for him.
That's the only thing you have on them is the passing.
But so what's the most skill? What skill mean? That's a skill. Passing is a skill.
It is a skill, but you said, is he the most big skill you ever seen? I said, no. I just named you about 5 offhand who's also skilled.
Nah. That he's the most skilled big man I ever seen. The way how he's 200 and something pounds, the way how he moved, he's slow. I mean, we see on the court, but man, the man he can't. He's unguardable. This man literally unguardable. He averaged, but the man 32. Yeah, he's not 32. Average
I
30
tell you who's
points.
unguardable. He's guardable.
Who?
Shaq is unguardable. He's guardable.
Bro, Joker not. Come on now.
I done
No one
seen
can stop Joker,
Dwight
bro.
Howard lock him up by himself. What do you mean? I seen
Bro,
Dwight Howard got him frustrated.
listen,
What you mean he's
that's when
unguardable? I done
okay,
seen him get guarded.
that's when Joker was a baby.
They wasn't no
You
baby.
think Joker was a baby?
He wasn't
Joker
no baby.
wasn't.
I ain't seen no pacifier in him. He wasn't no baby. He got. It's okay.
Joker,
You live and you
that
learn.
time,
You learn from it.
That time, Joker wasn't even the best player on that team. He was not the best player. Jamal Murray was the best player on that team.
Yeah, he was,
bro.
You
in
reaching.
that bubble,
You
in that
reaching.
bubble,
You reaching.
He was RJ. He was,
bro. In the bubble, Jamal Murray was the best player on that team.
You reaching, RJ.
He was RJ. I mean, I'm siding with you on the. I'm siding with you on when it comes to the argument, but he was the best player. Matter of fact, he's always been the best player.
No, he just started being good like 5 years ago.
No, RJ, he's been. But here's the thing. So
That's the bubble. 5 years ago is the bubble.
People, RJ, he's been the best player over the past 6-7 years. RJ, the problem is because of the market in which they operate, because it's not a big market, obviously, and he's a foreigner. You know what I mean? So there was not much scrutiny that he was under, and people don't talk about it much. But when you pay attention, he's been playing the same for a long period of time. So now, is he the best big man, the most skillful big man in the history of the game? I mean, when you say the history of the game, it's always raised a different problem, because obviously it's different era. You have to go so deep into each and every era for you to make the comparison. It makes it a very hard question to answer. But for my gut feeling, and of course with a little bit of analysis, I would have to give it to him, Boogie. It's not the most comfortable thing to say, as he's not American, but you have to give it to him. And the reason being, I'm gonna tell you. Of course, you make great point bringing Olajuwon. When it comes to footwork down the pin, nobody can compare them. Matter of fact, every great that had a chance to work with him, you see the improvement, you see the elevation in the game once they start working with Olajuwon. So give him this prop. And of course, you have to bring Shaq because of. You have to bring Shaq in terms of the level of dominance that he has for like 3 or 4 years. Of course, you have to bring him to the argument. And of course, you can talk about Dwight Howard, which obviously for a good period of time, it was very well, he was relevant in the league. There's other big, as you mentioned, a cousin. There's other big that you can bring into the equation. But ultimately, when it comes to skill, you have to give it to him. One, he can score. And I'm talking about unstoppable, right? He can score, he can pass, he can rebound. And of course, the level of consistency in which he does this, it is like, oh my God. Do you remember what he did to the Lakers 3 years straight? You know what I mean? So no answer for him whatsoever. So when you look at the totality of his game, you have to give it to him. There's never been nobody who can at the same time control the pace of the game, the IQ, scoring the basket, rebounding the basket, passing the basket, like Jokic. You have to give it to
on
him.
a consistent level. It's not like he's doing
give it to him.
He's doing night to night, every single night, bro.
And he's not even athletic. You have to give it to him, Boogie. I know he's not American. That's not the most convenient thing to say.
But it ain't about him being American. It says, is Joker the most skilled big man? I said no, because I feel like there's other skilled big men out there.
You're right, but
so how can I say he's the most skilled when there's other skilled big men out there?
Yeah, that's why we use the most, Boogie, because there are other skilled big men.
Yes,
but I don't think he's the most either.
But what can he? What can he not do?
Run.
And then he goes. Well, you probably nitpick.
So you put no, hold on.
Boogie.
You put Prime Dwight.
Your point.
Listen, you put Prime Dwight Howard and Joker, Prime Joker. You think Joker is keeping up with the Dwight Howard back and forth on the court?
He would win. Boogie, he's the flaw to your argument.
Y'all can't just ask him a question. Yes,
Boogie, he's the flaw to your argument. He's the flaw to your argument. So
no answer.
You are a little bit biased and you're not aware of it. What happens is just like for you to counter the fact that he is the best big man, you have to use a little bit of Dwight Howard, a little bit of Shaq, a little bit of Olajuwon. But for you to counteract him. But what you're not paying attention is just that within Jokic, we see all of this in just one player. You can nitpick on his athleticism, the fact that he don't run as much as Dwight Howard, he don't jump as much as Dwight Howard and Shaq, but at the same time, he has IQ that can compensate for this. You feel what I'm saying? Which none of these players had. You know what I mean? So this dude, his IQ, his passing ability, his consistency, his scoring, it's just like, oh my God, we've never seen anything like that. Yes, it's not the most.
The first big man to average triple-double, bro.
That's all y'all going off of. Y'all just going off of his assists. I get it. I understand.
It's not just assists.
I understand he's a triple-double machine. I understand.
Boogie, listen, Boogie. Here's the thing. You
said consistency. Like Dwight Howard didn't come out in the 90s and was busting ass from the 90s to the mid 2000s.
No, not as much. Not as much, Boogie. And it is
not as much.
Not as much, Boogie. The stats, they are there. Not as much. The stats, they are there. But here's the thing.
Dwight Howard took the damn Magic to the damn final. What are you talking about?
Joker took the
I'm not saying it's not to take nothing away from Dwight Howard. I'm not talking about Dwight Howard as a
Dwight Howard didn't have nobody on Magic. You see the difference? Joker did. But Joker had somebody to roll with him.
But factually, Dwight Howard don't have his skill.
Jameer Nelson in the All-Star that year.
Stop Boogie. I give a damn about no Jameer Nelson. Stop it.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Here's Boogie.
Jamal Murray can't make an All-Star.
Here's what you're missing again. And we were talking about all the skills that he has. We don't even talk about his what's the word for that? The dude, like, you see everybody, they have the skill and they capitalize on the skill. They make a name, they create a brand for it. This dude is not even interested in this. Oh, by the way, he don't even want the spotlight. Can you imagine if this dude wanted the spotlight? He probably would have averaged 35 points.
Yeah.
If he wanted the spotlight for as much as ability that he has, maybe that probably would have affected in the success of his team as well. But this is where IQ is relevant. But if he only has the skill and less IQ, and therefore he probably would have had a bigger ego for him to be in the spotlight, he probably would have averaged 35 points a game and 16 rebounds. You feel what I'm saying? This is how good he is. But obviously he has the IQ. He's a very humble guy. He just channel all his energy to the success of the team. He just played the right way. And we can see this. We can see this
at a high level.
Look how Russell Westbrook is doing around him. LeBron James, which we gaze all the time, which we praise all the time. Russell Westbrook was not as successful as he is right now with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That's some credit for him. You feel what I'm saying? So come on now. Like I said, it's not the most convenient thing to say, knowing that he's an American, but trust me, this brother deserved it.
The difference is Westbrook came into the Lakers. The Lakers wanted him to become a shooter. The difference is with Denver is allowing Westbrook to be him because Denver have a bunch of slashers and cutters. We didn't have that. We had spot-up shooters. That's the difference. That's why Westbrook didn't play good with us. That's why he's playing good with Denver.
No, I think he's still playing a similar role. He just
similar role. I don't think you cut it right, Boogie. I understand because, like I said, to me as a LeBron's fan, I think he's a GOAT. But at the same time, I cannot looking at this situation and not giving Jokic the credit for how successful Russell Westbrook has been, because obviously, you know, Jokic and LeBron James, they are in different times. Jokic is still in his prime, and hence can allow a second player like Russell Westbrook to be more successful. But if we're looking at the totality of it, we have to give Jokic the credit for the fact that as the best player on the team, and you have somebody with big ego like Russell Westbrook being successful, it's a testament to how great Jokic is. It's a testament to how fundamental his game is. The fact that he is very consistent, non-selfish, don't want the spotlight, and also not much criticism is coming from the organization to Russell Westbrook. We have to give this credit. You have to give credit to Jokic for the fact that Russell Westbrook has been that successful. You know what I mean? It's not a knock on LeBron James, but the fact that LeBron James had Anthony Davis and so many other talent that they had, and maybe we can criticize the coach that they had also for not having used Russell Westbrook the same way. Maybe that can be part of the conversation as well. You know what I mean? But coming to LeBron James, talking about LeBron James and Jokic, I would give Jokic, the edge on this for the fact that Russell Westbrook has been that successful around him.
I agree.
There's other skills out there, but
bro, you say he just can't run. That can't be the only thing. Because I can say these guys can't shoot.
What?
These guys can't shoot. What you mean? That couldn't shoot.
Not even a comparison, bro.
Is Joker standing in front of Shaq?
Akeem couldn't shoot.
Yes, he could have. Yes, he could. What you mean, Akeem?
Not to that level. Not to that level.
Right. Not on that level, bro.
I ain't say on that level. He's still a scorer. The times is different, bro. See what y'all doing? The times is different. They didn't need Hakeem to score 30.
You should have
They didn't need Hakeem to score 30. He was skilled. It's skilled. It's what y'all put right there. Skilled. We ain't talking about how much he can score.
But you just talked about how the man running ability.
Because y'all just adding, y'all discrediting away the other bigs because Joker could assist the ball.
The question was,
that's basically what y'all did. Y'all discredited the other bigs.
We're not discrediting
because Joker can assist the ball.
So why? So really, that's how you want to slap us the assist, and that you want to slap in the face like
you make it seem like it's nothing.
Nothing.
I ain't say it's nothing. But
bro,
one thing in the column, assist column, takes away what the other bigs did.
Bro, listen, Boogie, the man.
We talking about Kareem. We talking about all these other bigs, bro. All these
listen
other
to Boogie. Listen, Boogie. The man averaged for a team at least 57 points.
What?
That's a lot of points.
The man averaged what now?
57 points for his team. From his points and assists. That's a lot of
what he got to do for his team to win.
Well, but that's what we're saying here.
No, that's not what you're saying. If that's what he got to do, if that's what he got to do for his team,
Boogie,
what did Hakeem have to do for his team to win? Score. What did Marcus Cousins have to do for his team to win? Score. They didn't ask him to assist the ball. Just score.
That's here's what I will tell you. Barring LeBron James, I've never seen nobody in the history of the game that can be as impactful as Jokic without an ego. Barring LeBron James.
You don't think LeBron got an ego?
You don't even want the spotlight. Greatness just exudes out of him. It just come out without even him wanting it. You feel what I'm saying? He don't even want to be talked about. This dude won a championship. He's talking about he want to go back to his country. He don't want no parade. He don't want nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
I get all that, but y'all going off the topic. I get all that.
I'm not getting off the topic. I'm just telling you how great he is.
I know how great he is.
Yeah, if he had an ego to be in the spotlight, this dude probably would double the production that he had. Come on, Boogie. Just come on, bro.
Like if the man if he really won the MVP, trust me, who would have got it?
He will talk smack, and the media likes this. And as basketball fans, who would have reacted to it? The fact that he can talk smack and come on the court and do it. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's not him.
Yeah, what I'm saying is exactly
we know that it's not him.
Yeah, it's to tell you how great he is. He's
the best center to ever do it because the man can assist the ball. Okay, I get it, y'all. He's the best center to ever do it because he assists the ball.
He's scoring 30 points a game. It's not just an assist.
He can assist the ball.
He's scoring 30. Right. I would get. He's scoring 30
the
points.
Ball.
But he's scoring 30 points a game.
Is Russell Wilson the best point guard to ever do it? Russell Westbrook is a triple-double walk-in. Is he the best point guard to ever do it?
He don't score as much.
He can't shoot the ball like Joker.
Boogie, I'm not even sure Boogie listening to us. But Boogie not paying attention.
He's not. He's not.
Answer the question. Is Russell Westbrook the best point guard ever?
No. You know why?
No.
Do you know why? He's never been as dominant. He's never been as a scoring a guy. He's never been as consistent, Boogie. It's come on,
Never.
Boogie. He has
He
not
has not been
won as
consistent.
much as
He hasn't
he has
won
not
nothing.
won and dominated as
So
Jokic.
when KD left and it was just him and Steven Adams for like 3 years,
He
that's
wasn't
not
consistent.
that wasn't consistent. This man is
That
dropping.
wasn't
The
consistent.
record was not there. The record was not
We
there.
got them to the playoffs. What you mean the record wasn't there? They went to the playoffs.
As a what, like 7 seed?
Playoffs.
Yeah, so, but they
Playoffs.
went to the playoff. Guess what happened?
With a
They
bunch of
got
nobodies.
bounced. They got
Playoffs.
bounced.
With a bunch of nobodies. This is what I'm saying. Y'all
Only
discrediting
only 1 year. But
No, he
nobody.
did not. No.
The next year he got Paul George. No, next year he got
Okay, and
Carmelo.
did
The
the
following
same
year he got
thing.
Paul George.
And did the same thing. Playoffs, triple dubs.
You said what? Nobody's.
No, I'm talking about that year with Steven Adams. Nobody.
1 year. 1 year. You gonna talk about 1 year?
Did he not average a triple dub? The same shit y'all talking about right now? And Russell Westbrook was
Not the
dropping
same
numbers.
dog.
Bro,
Russell was dropping numbers
he's not,
as far as
bro,
points.
The man not
As far as
shooting.
Boogie,
points.
all triple dog are not created the same. Boogie, I'm not sure Boogie paying attention to our argument.
Bro, the man
A triple dub is a triple dub.
No,
No,
not the
but
same.
the
I don't
man,
care
dog
if a
not
nigga is
created.
scoring. I don't care if he's scoring 30 points and getting 15 and 10. That's a triple dub. I don't care if you're getting 20 points, 15 and 10. That's a triple dub.
All
It's a
triple
triple
dubs
dub.
not created the same. You have a triple dub. It's not even talking in terms of the number. I'm talking in terms of the impact itself, RJ. And then
like it's an
Boogie.
offense. It's an offense in Joker's system. Like he has to run to get those assists. On to the next. So Rockets defeated the Suns 148-109, man. How should the Suns approach the offseason if KD not returned this season?
With open ears. That's how they should approach the offseason. Open ears. Who want KD? Who want anybody on this team that's value to this team that'll be valuable? Anybody. Open ears.
Rudy?
I just don't know. It's irks me when I see what's happening to the Sun. I think overall the organization, there's some change that has to take place within the organization as well, in terms of who's managing, who's recruiting. And I think although a lot of times that's the last thing for us to think about, the mistake that the organization make as far as who they recruiting, how they combine the talent. But I think this offseason they should focus on this as well, as far as who they recruiting, because obviously it's been a chaos, it's been a fiasco. The acquisition of Kevin Durant combined with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, that's a mistake, knowing that Kevin Durant, he's not a leader. He don't have much of a character. So-called, he just want to hoop, meanwhile getting, a million. So I think that was a mistake first, because you have to look at the talent that you have. Not just the talent, but also the character. You have to know how to combine them. Booker, Booker, he's a great player. He has the skill, as we all know. But at the same time, as a small player, 6'3", small guard, shooting guard, he has a big ego as well. I don't think that would work. I don't think that works alongside Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? I think that's one thing that you're gonna have to sit down and think about coming next year. How is it that we're going to situate Booker combined with whoever it is that they decide to couple with? I think that's very important, because Booker, yes, he has the shot. Yes, he has the dribble. Yes, he's a bona fide scorer, but at the same time, egotistically, I think they have to know who they couple him with. Obviously, the evidence is that him and Kevin Durant, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. To me, honestly, it's not even fair for the Suns team, for the Suns fan, knowing where they were back 3 or 4 years ago with Booker and obviously Chris Paul and the whole team that they had. We know
that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. They'll make a lot of noise.
Yeah, they were making a lot of noise.
They
Maybe
all
the
do the same
organization was
thing.
dreaming about something like that, but bringing Kevin Durant was a disaster. He was everything bad that you could ever wish for a team. Obviously, now come next season, I can foresee a departure from him, but also the organization has to sit down and thinking about who they bring into the team and how they will combine the talent with Booker. I don't see them parting ways with Booker.
It wasn't a disaster bringing KD. It was a disaster bringing Bradley Beal. They could have got 2 to 3 more valuable players to put around D Book and Kevin Durant, but they went and got another player that's exactly like D Book and Kevin Durant. Needs the ball, can score, yes, and lack on defense. All 3 of them lack on defense. So if they would have not got Bradley Beal and got like somebody, a 3 and D guy, 2 of them, KD and D Book with a good surrounding cast is way better than having Bradley Beal there. So that's my suggestion on that.
So crazy. It'd be a great fit. It would never happen for that team. But if Tyrese Halliburton was on that team and take Bradley Beal out, that would be a beautiful fit.
I mean, yeah,
It
because he
would
don't care to
accept
score
that.
like that.
Except
But
that. Here's the thing, RJ. Here's the thing, and this is exactly why um I said that's why my initial point was the organization. They need to make up their mind as far as who they decide to couple with Booker's talent, because Booker, one of the flaws to his game overall is the fact that he's a little dominant egotistically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we had a sheer point guard, like a sheer point guard, I'm not sure if Booker would have let him play in the point, run the point. You know what I mean? So, and we can appreciate the bona fide scorer that he is, but at the same time, when it comes to winning championship, I don't think that's a good recipe to have a 6'2" shooting guard being that much dominant. Because when push comes to shove, come playoff season, come playoff time, it's a different game, slower pace. We need
No,
big
of
body,
course.
we need great IQ. I'm not sure if somebody like Booker would be an answer. You know what I mean?
But go ahead.
I'm saying that if they would have kept CP3, I feel like CP3, KD, and what's his name, D Book would have been a better fit than Bradley Beal, because CP3 don't care to score the ball like that. You know what I'm saying? But he would
Yeah.
get out and put them in good positions to score.
Yeah.
So Bradley Beal was just a bad. That was a bad
Bad fit.
pickup. That was a bad pickup because you don't need the same shit. What happened with Brooklyn? You don't need 3 people that do the same damn thing, bro.
Nope. Don't get me wrong. Brooklyn would have worked because Kyrie can really play the point guard.
Yeah, but they all of them need they got to touch the ball. You feel me? Only one I say is KD. KD don't really need to touch the ball for him to get his shots.
I mean, Kyrie too. Kyrie played with LeBron, so he knows the comfort level he needs to be in.
Yeah,
If the person was James Harden that we were like,
worried
ooh,
about.
I don't know, yeah. But obviously, we've seen in James Harden he can pass the ball at a high level too.
Oh yeah, he did it for Houston for years.
Yeah.
He was
Compton,
averaging triple dog.
yeah, he was. Which team ends with the best record, OKC or the Cavs?
Ends with the best record.
Yeah.
I would say the Cavs, only because the East is always sweet, bro. The East been sweet. West is kind of difficult. OKC in the West, so I say Cavs.
They got OKC. I think they're about 2 right now.
Yeah,
And
I
they
say
got 10 to 9 games left too. They're gonna be. The Cavs been struggling.
yeah, they've been in and out of lineups.
They've been struggling.
Players been in and out of lineups.
I'm gonna go OKC. I'm gonna stay with OKC. I think he gonna play like 5 more games to like put a stamp to the MVP situation. So yeah. Who you taking? Prime Dirk or Prime Tim Duncan?
Damn. Now this is all based off of who you prefer. They both great because Dirk can stretch the floor. Dirt he's a stretch four as hell, bro. But I gotta go with Mr. Fundamental. I gotta go with Mr. Fundamental, bro. And it kind of shows who's better already because Mr. Fundamental got how many of them things?
5.
Dirt only got 1. It ain't no knock. It ain't no knock. But I'm just saying.
I mean, but we all know Tim Duncan had
a bunch of good
better.
Yeah.
Like he had a great,
and he had a great coach too.
Probably
one of the best coaches. So yeah,
that plays a part too.
But he still had to go out there and perform.
No, of course. I mean, I'm probably gonna go with your side, but Dirk, you can't go wrong with Dirk either.
Can't. A stretch 4. He was like that hybrid at that time, bro. He was a stretch 4.
Yeah.
Bro. You gotta come out there and I'm gonna shoot this shit. And I can put you on.
He gonna make it.
Yeah, he got that bit.
And that fadeaway, ooh, that one leg fadeaway.
One-legged fadeaway, boy. That one leg.
Yeah. That one leg fadeaway. But I'm gonna pick a Tim. Timmy.
Mr. Fundamental. He from where I'm from. Salute, my boy. VI.
But a couple of games tonight. We got Boston versus Memphis.
Boston, easy.
I'm gonna go with Memphis.
Bomb clock, what?
Yeah, that's my team. Gotta stay loyal, man.
Memphis, your team?
I've been saying that.
I
Last game, Lakers versus Rockets. And before you answer that, where does Lakers' big 3 rank in the NBA?
Talking about right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's that much big threes right now, anyways.
Yeah, it's much. I mean, I'm just talking about like their best 3.
Okay. They got to be the best right now, to be honest. I don't think no team got 3 that's balling like them. Teams have like the best 2. I mean, if you was to say Boston got Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and we would just say
Jaylen Brown he kind of went off now.
Yeah, he ain't even scoring. That man ain't even dropping. He had 8 points the last game, bro. Like,
yeah, something like that.
I don't think nobody touching them Lakers big 3 right now. Them 3 been just going stupid. And then Reeves had like 31, bro. Like, that man outshining Luka and fucking Braun, bro.
Yeah. So he got win tonight.
I got Lakers. They better not let me fucking down either.
Hey, bro, I got Lakers tonight.
Yeah, they better not let me down. They better keep that love. They better keep it going.
But all right, in the episode, man, episode 31, man. Episode 31. Man, thank you again, Boogie, for coming on. Rudy, again, your situation like last time.
Always.
Get that thing fixed, man. But I appreciate you guys for coming on again. But I'm out.
All right.